Hello, my name is Daniel Yuck. Thank you for joining today. I appreciate you, your time, and your support. In this video, I want to take some time and I want to talk about how far our tattoo needle is supposed to be going into the skin. Should you have any questions at any point throughout this video, I encourage you to drop a comment down below. I'll do my best to assist in the best possible direction. If you find this video helpful, consider giving it a thumbs up for me and subscribing to my channel, as I would greatly appreciate your support. With that being said, let's just dive right on into this. In terms of how far, how deep, the depth we should be going into the skin, not nearly as far as we think. We are going to stay within a nickel radius, and I do talk all about this within the Fundamental Tattoo Handbook and another book that I just recently wrote called The Art of Tattooing Lines. They are now available on my Amazon author page, and they will be available on Barnes & Nobles. I'll also leave those in the description and in a pinned comment for you so you can check them out. The depth in which we are entering the skin is not going to be nearly as deep as we think. Now, when I first started, I had a very, I had a common misconception. I used to equate more pressure to more saturation, when that's the exact opposite. In the Fundamental Tattoo Handbook and within the Art of Tattooing Lines, I talk all about this. There's no way around the progress but through it. We're gonna have to align the fundamental variables that are required to accomplish clean, solid, consistent, saturated work, whether it's lining, shading, packing, dot work, you get the idea. At one point, we are going to have to adjust and accommodate for the technique that we are looking to apply. So for this video, I'm going to stick with lining and go ahead and get my points across for a better delivery. The common misconception that I possessed when I first started was thinking that a higher voltage and more pressure into the skin would equal more saturation, when in fact, this kind of just led me down somewhere I really didn't need to go. What happens when I higher up my voltage and put more pressure into the skin? The needle is gonna make more rounds per second, and if it's gonna make more rounds per second, and let's say if I'm moving too slow, I'm gonna cause trauma to the skin. Let's say if it's making more rounds per second, but I'm moving too fast, I'm not going to accomplish saturation. So the idea is not how deep we go, not how fast the needle's spinning, not how much pressure we apply. I started realizing and shifting over time that we have to let the needle do what it was designed to do. We have to give the needle enough time to deposit the ink in a clean, solid, consistent, saturated manner. That right there is the pivotal moment that allowed me to start accomplishing saturation on demand. Each and every single line that I pull, I am able to accomplish saturation, and I rarely have to go back and double up. Over time, I ended up realizing that we do not need pressure as much as we do time. What that means is pressure is not nearly as important as the amount of time that we give our needle to deposit ink in a single area. So if we are moving perfectly aligned, our hand speed is aligned to our voltage, we don't really need pressure. We just need the needle to hover into the skin, and it's going to push the ink into the correct layer. We don't cut it into the correct layer. And that right there, I feel, once again, is where the disconnect not only happens for me, but a lot of other beginners as well. We're not relying on force and pressure and voltage. We're relying on our eyes and our ability to align our fundamental variables to accomplish those clean, solid, consistent, saturated results. That minor mental shift was everything for me, and that's why I'm exhausting it here before we get into the technical application. Here is the secret. When we give our needle enough time to make the rounds that it needs to make to deposit the ink cleanly into the skin, we are essentially pushing the ink into the skin as opposed to cutting and depositing. Granted, allowing the needle to be pushed is the deposit. However, the way that we are introducing the needle into the skin is of the utmost importance. We do not need pressure as much as we do time. I want to start by demonstrating the hover technique, so that way you can get familiar and acquainted with timing your hand speed to your voltage, so that way you can shift your mentality from pressure to timing. And the exercise is exactly as it sounds. You can see I have a 9-round shader right here, and all I'm going to do is let my needle hover over the skin, literally just like so. As you can hear, I'm not applying any pressure. I'm just giving the needle time in certain areas, a different amount of time in certain areas, so you can kind of see the results that it's leaving. Now, this isn't what we're going to be doing on human skin. What we're doing is we're getting the idea of how long the needle needs to take to deposit the ink cleanly. I'm running at 6 volts right now, so that absolutely matters. I'm sticking to a mid-range voltage just to prevent unwanted trauma from the skin or overworking immediately. And you can see that the results right here, I'm coming out with some saturation. So if I leave the needle a little bit longer, it's going to completely fill out the circle. So let's go ahead and try that right here. Or fill out the dot rather. I am coming in at a sharp angle as well, so let me straighten that out. Let's do one more. You want the needle to hit together so that way you get the entire needle configuration here, and you can see that by doing so, getting the correct angle along with timing it correctly, I'm able to accomplish saturation. Keep in mind, I'm not applying much pressure at all. Let me go ahead and show you again here to kind of prove my point. So I'm just giving my needle enough time to do what it needs to do. I'm going to go ahead and wipe away. And you can see each and every time when I take that approach, without worrying about pressure, I'm able to get saturation. Let me show you what it looks like to actually apply pressure, just so that way you can actually see the difference and we have contrast. So that right there is to apply pressure, which is completely unnecessary. It's not needed, and that's again where the misconception is happening, and that's what I was trying to explain earlier in the video. That right there is where the misconception is happening. So applying this to real world tattooing is going to be very simple once we get the hang of how long the needle needs to take with the voltage that we select. I recommend starting with a lower voltage at around 6 volts, and then once you start getting more comfortable, work your way on up. So let's go ahead and create a line here. So what this would look like in real world practice would be like this. I'm going to go ahead and taper in right here. I'm letting the needle hit all together, and I'm simply just giving it enough time to do what it needs to do. Then I'm going to go ahead and dab away. And you can see that I'm accomplishing saturation each and every single time that I go and take a needle to the skin now, by simply giving the needle enough time to do what it was designed to do. It's really that fundamental. So you can see just using the tip of the needle. I'm able to get clean saturation, and that's how far we should be going into the skin. It's like within a nickel range. But it's more about giving the needle enough time to do what it was designed to do, and I really cannot exhaust that enough. This is going to be something that requires time to actually get comfortable with and used to, but once we do that, you're going to see how everything starts falling into place. So I recommend trying that hover exercise, where you just let your needle hover in an area for a specific amount of time in different time frames, and you can kind of see the results that you get, and then that can actually guide you to figure out how fast, how slow you should be moving. So for me, this is what my speed would kind of come out to be. Just slow and patient from point A to B, like so. Each and every line that I create. So you can see that there's still a lot of needle space between the tube of the needle and the tip of the needle. The needle doesn't get buried, as I showed you all earlier, like so. We're not doing any of that. We're letting just the very tip of the needle push the ink into the skin by giving it the correct amount of time that it needs, as you can see. And this is going to be on demand. You want to get to the point where each and every single line that you create, you're depositing on demand. I feel like this is a great place to conclude this video, as I did relay some crucial fundamental points that you can immediately apply on your end. If you are just starting your journey or want to develop your skill sets further, I do have an assortment of various tattooing workbooks on my Amazon author page and Barnes & Noble. I will leave links in the description and in a pinned comment for you to check them out. Or you can head on over to Amazon or Barnes & Noble, type in Daniel Yuck. You will see an assortment of my tattooing workbooks pop right on up. Let me know if you are experiencing different results than you were experiencing before, if I didn't touch base on something, or if you have any questions at all. I encourage you, drop a comment down below. I'm going to do my best to assist in the best possible direction. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, as I would greatly appreciate the support. With that being said, I thank you for your time and I appreciate you watching, and I hope you have a great day.